Hey guys, welcome back to another Ultimate Bow class. I've got an awesome Brown Chevron class planned for us today. Let's get started. The first thing that we're going to start with today, guys, is we're going to be doing some sparring footwork. So I got my trusty phone out here, and it's what we're going to do is we're going to start with 1 minute rounds, just gentle shadow sparring. So we're going to be moving around the ring, and we're only going to be focusing on our upper body, okay? So we're going to be punching and moving around the ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set my phone off to the side. I'm going to turn the volume up so I can hear it, and begin. Fists are out, moving around, jab, cross. And then you can also throw, jab, cross. We want to be kind of moving around the ring, jab, uppercut, jab, hook, anything that you want. Just make sure that it kind of flows. We want to switch feet. Nice strong punches. Moving around the ring, guys. We got to work off some of that weekend food, I guess. Moving around nice and easy. Switching stances. We really want to make sure that we're throwing nice, strong, technical punches. Time. Get ready for your next round, guys. Ready, and go. Moving around. This time we're going to only be using our legs. Make sure that you kind of ease into it with your kicks. You want to make sure that you're not pulling anything, but you're doing a good job still of warming them up. So nothing too high, moving around, using the whole ring. Back and forth, all around, focusing on nice, good footwork. Sometimes I fight hands down. That's my taekwondo coming out of me. That's time. Moving on, guys, to the next exercise. We're going to start working on doing some, let's just get ourselves kind of set up here. Next thing we're going to work on is our lower body. Okay, so what we're going to do, this is going to be a little bit of a balance exercise too. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put our hands up in a fighting position. We're going to bring our knee up across, side kick out, and down. Knee up, side kick out, down. Knee up, kick, down. Knee up, kick, down. Make sure, guys, when you're doing this one, that it's a nice piercing motion. We really want to just kind of warm up our whole body before this class. We are going to be working out with Bob a little bit. Not so much kicking on Bob, but I really do like to kind of warm up my whole body before doing a bow workout. Just part of that balance training. Really chamber that knee in, guys, and strike out. In, out. Good. Fists up. Let's do a few more. Try and go at least waist high on this, guys. If you don't know side kick, another variation you can do is just put your hand on the wall, bring in your knee, and just bring it in and out. Okay, that's really going to work your backside, and it is going to make your kicks quite a bit stronger. Okay, let's do a couple more on each side. Going to put our fists up again. Knee in, drive out. Knee in, drive out. Knee in, drive out. Last one, knee in, drive out. Good. Next thing we're going to work on, guys, is some jab cross, just to warm up our upper body, loosen up our shoulders a little bit, okay? So we're going to get in our fighting stance, and it's just going to be jab cross, and then back. Nice and easy, guys. As you get warmed up, throw the punches harder and faster. Moving around. Switching stances occasionally. We want to train balanced. Have a good retraction on those punches, guys. Couple more. Good job shaking out the shoulders. Hope you guys enjoyed our warm-up. Okay guys, for this section we're going to be using old Bob to help us out. We're going to be working on shield blocking today. So shield blocking is maybe not something that we use a whole lot, but we're going to be really refining that skill. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be actually doing a shield block and then following it up with some intelligent strikes. So I have some predetermined for us, so you guys can follow along with me. If you don't have a Bob, feel free to practice it in the air, use a tree, something like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to just start off nice and slow. We're going to get into a neutral stance with a bow in front of us in a very neutral-like position. And all we're going to do is we're going to come across to throw our shield block. We're going to pick up the bow. We're going to go angles 6, 1, 4. Okay? And we're just going to gradually increase that, and then we're going to do it on both sides. Okay? So nice and slow to start, just so we can get the technique down. Again. Now when we do this one, guys, I've said this before, but we really want to make sure that we are careful with our wrists. There's a lot of recoil when we're hitting Bob, so we want to make sure that we pay attention to that so we don't get any training injuries. Okay, so again, what we're going to do is we're going to come across, angle 6, 1, 4. Okay, we're going to pick up the pace just a little bit. Nice and fast, guys, as you get that coordination down. Good. Now, when we do it, we're going to try and increase the speed so that after the shield block, we pick up that bow right away and move right into our strike, okay? So we'd be here. Again. Okay, a few more. Okay, now we're going to do 10 on this side. And 1, 2, really focusing on bow speed. 3, 4, 5. Remember, technique is king over speed, okay? I'd rather see nice technique and have slower speed as opposed to sloppy technique. Let's do 6 more. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, let's do the other side now, guys. Left side, as always for me, I find it a little bit more challenging. I'm going to push out. Okay, so that's going to be coming across, angles 5, 2, 3. Okay, starting slowly just so we can get our bearings. Think about your angles. If you guys, you don't have to follow necessarily the exact techniques I'm doing. If you want to develop your own, that's okay. These are just some concepts that I was working on so that I could put a nice little lesson plan together for you guys. Making sure we have nice clean angles when we do our strikes, guys. That's really important. Good, so obviously I'd be pushing something away, picking up the bow, doing multiple strikes, okay? Let's do 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, make it your best. Extra shot for good measure. Okay guys, for the next drill that we're going to work on with Bob is we're going to be actually moving the bow to my dead side. So the strike would be coming in this way and I'm going to push to block the strike away. I'm going to do a heel thrust to the face and I'm going to follow up with an angle 1 strike. Flows really nicely together. So as what we're assuming is that maybe it's a left-handed attack coming in, something along that nature, and we're just basically using our bow to get ourselves offline, okay? So we're just going to be in a neutral stance. We're going to start this one just like the others, nice and slow, and then we're going to finish out with 10 reps per side. Okay, so we're going to be here, step out, grab the bow, reverse thrust, angle 1, okay? So when we get that angle 1, I really want to hit it in quarter 4. Try and avoid hitting in quarter 3. Basic physics basically is that if we're hitting with quarter 4, that's the quarter that's moving the fastest, and typically it'll hit the hardest. Okay, so we're here, and step out. Make sure you guys retract that bow. Feels pretty good. This one you can hit really hard with. And go. Good job, guys. This one, really look it in when you're coming in to strike Bob. Look the heel right into Bob's face or your bag's face, or visualize the target if you don't have one. Again. Okay, now that we're getting the coordination down on that, let's count 10 off, okay? And 1. Really twist your hips, guys, on that overhead front strike. 2. 3. There goes Bob's headband. And 4. Grazing shot. 5. Sometimes you guys, when you're striking, you'll just feel a really good shot, like that one made good contact. Just make sure you really focus on the good ones and copying what you did. Graze. If you graze, just get your second shot in there. Let's do 5 more. 4. 3. 2. This would do a lot of damage, guys. Okay. 1. Last one. Holding the bow nice and steady. Good job. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. So, we're going to get our bow in our left hand this time. We're going to step out, strike, strike. Nice and steady, okay? So, got the bow in front. Again. Stepping offline. Heel thrust, overhead front strike. Make sure you get that nice solid hip rotation in there, guys. Clear off the sweat. And go. Pushing it out. Good job. That one felt good. couple more, and then we're going to count down. If you guys notice, I've said this before, when I work out with you guys, I go 100%. I'm already sweating like a pig, okay? So we're going to count it down now from 10. And like I've said, we want to make sure we have nice solid technique. The speed comes. I'd much rather have solid technique and be just a little bit slower. That was 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Graze. 7. 8. 9. Last one. 10. Good job, guys. Okay, guys, the next one that we're going to work on is we're going to be doing a block to the open side, and we're going to follow it up with angles 1, 2. Okay, so this one flows really nicely. One thing that we want to make sure, as we were doing on the other ones, we want to make sure we get offline. Okay, so we're going to do a few to get warmed up, and then we're going to count off 10. Making sure we really fire that back foot, bring the bow up, 1, 2, and then back to ready. Okay, and nice and steady, and block, 2, 1. Block, 2, 1. Okay, I like to count the angles in my head as I go, guys. Sometimes I may get them mixed up on camera, but I promise I know what they are. Angles 2, 1. Okay, we're going to pick up the pace a little bit now. Really make sure that once you get the control down with your wrists and you feel good about striking bob, we want to make sure that we're really moving the bow quickly, okay? And go. That one was not quite where I wanted it. That's better. Okay, let's do 10 on this side, guys. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That feels good. 8. Keep going, guys. Stay with me. 9. And 10. Good. Let's switch to the other side. If you need to cool down or take a break, just make sure you hit pause. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to push it out to the open side. Angles 1, 2. Okay, again. 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. Okay, let's speed it up a little bit. This is always a great workout when you get to use your staff on bob. Really make sure that we keep that retraction up when we're striking bob. Okay, we want it to be as realistic as possible. And if we just hold the bow there, it's not realistic because our opponent might grab it. Okay, and go. Good work, guys. Okay, let's count off 10. Okay, this side's feeling pretty good. And 1, 2. If anything, we're going to get a whole lot of shield block practice in. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Good work, guys. Okay, guys, we're going to finish out with some dead side blocking on Bob. So the way we're going to start this is going to be in a right dominant, and what we're going to do is we're going to push block to the side, reverse thrust, angle 3, 4. Okay, so we want to make sure that we get nice hip rotation on that. Okay, so again, block, reverse thrust, 3, 4. Okay, ready and go. Those are some good clean shots that I'm getting in, guys. And go. You'll really feel it in the recoil, but if you handle the recoil properly, it really feels satisfying. As soon as that bow strikes, let it make its full impact like you're going through, but then once it starts bouncing back, use that force into your other side, okay? It really does make a big difference if you can use the force of the bow going back and forth. And go. Sometimes, guys, this is just a good thing to do after a hard day of work, tough day of school. It's really, I find this extremely therapeutic. I do enjoy kata. Kata's probably one of my favorites. But sometimes hitting Bob is exactly what the doctor ordered. Let's count down 10, guys. And 1. Make sure you have a nice base for your legs. 2. Hip rotation, all that stuff. 3. 4. 5. 6. It's feeling good today, guys. 7. 8. 9. Really make sure that that angle block, let that push block, don't just rush through it. Last one, 10. Other side. Okay. So we're going to be going push block. We're going to be pushing to my dead side. Reverse thrust. 4, 3. Okay. So like the other one, we're going to want to make sure that we do a really nice job of doing a proper shield block, okay? Don't rush through the shield block. The whole purpose of this drill is to make sure we're getting quality shield blocks. And go. Good work, guys. That left side, I've told you many times, I really do have to focus on that left side, and I do make a point of trying to make sure I train on this left side because I do want to be as balanced a martial artist as possible, and it would do me no good if I only practice on my favorite side or my strong side. Okay, we're going to count down 10 and 1. Really nice, solid technique on that shield block, guys. 2. 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure you guys are breathing every time you're striking. 9. Last one. 10. Good work, guys. Hope you're sweating like me. Okay, guys, it's time for Students versus Sensei Nathan. And today we're going to be continuing on with our push-ups. So we've been doing 30 seconds. We're going to maintain the 30 seconds. And what we're going to try and do is beat our old number. Now, I believe my old number was about 27. I'm really going to try and get closer to 30 this time. We'll see. So you guys all remember the rules, Students versus Sensei Nathan. But the rules is that we got to make sure our knot in our belt is touching, or we're getting really, really close down to the ground, okay? So I'm going to set my timer for 30 seconds, and we're going to go nice, proper push-ups. Keep those backs nice and straight. Getting into push-up position. Ready. And go. Whew. I think I got 32, guys, which would have crushed my old record. So maybe I have more energy today. Hopefully you can keep building on that. We're going to keep doing 30 seconds. We're going to see if we can beat that old number, okay? Let's cool down a little bit. That was an awesome workout today, guys. Okay, we're just going to cool down the shoulders, just front and back. On your own, maybe some circles. I tell you, I really enjoy doing a good bow workout. Like you guys know, my other art that I practice intensely is Taekwondo, which is a lot of lower body. So bow is such a nice complement to that. So it's always nice to cross-train martial arts because it really does make you a more diverse martial artist. I find that for me, Taekwondo and bow they just mesh together so well because they're just one's upper body with a weapon and the other one's mostly kicking. So we're just going to push that hip forward, nice and easy, just switching back and forth. Oh, good work today, guys. So I always like to talk about the weather when I'm filming these, so you guys will enjoy this. This morning, it was minus 40 Celsius. When I woke up, my car wasn't plugged in. My daughter's little rusty beater wasn't plugged in. They both started. The neighbors were quite impressed. So we're going to be going down, nice big circles. So minus 40 is pretty cold for central Saskatchewan. We do get it occasionally, but it's pretty darn cold. Okay, we're going to go into Spider-Man. Good. We're going to switch back. Nice and easy. Nice little cool down. Like I've said before, guys, when we're doing this cool down, I really do like to just kind of think about my workouts, think about my training, just how I want to continue to train, something that I maybe want to work on. It's just a really good time for that. So just kind of use that time, even if you have like your smartphone out, is what you can do is kind of, like you can log your hours obviously in your GMAU journal, just pulsing now, guys, but you can also do things like develop strategies or plans on how you're going to get that next belt, or that next chevron. So, like I know sometimes is what happens is you maybe get stalled because you might get needs corrections or something like that, and that does happen, and I understand that, but You know, if you get a needs corrections or you've hit some kind of a barrier, it always is a good idea to set timelines. Like we had talked quite a bit about setting goals and goal setting for 2020, and that was part of our discussion board topic. And a lot of people put that they like to set timelines so that they don't lose focus. And I thought that was just such an excellent thing to share. It's something that I do, but it's really nice to hear that a lot of people use that method. It really is quite effective. Down and hold. Oh, good job, guys. So keep that in mind when you're training, to try and think about setting timelines. You know, I want to get my yellow chevron assignment done by the end of January. Something like that. It really is helpful, and it does help keep you on track. Hope you guys enjoyed that class. Have a great day.